up inside my head, they echo. All this time wasted keeps my mind racing.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming by again today. This video is actually being filmed on Saturday because when I went to edit the footage, the audio is just garbage. So I'm using a different technique, have a lapel mic on, hopefully that'll block the wind. There's just not very many well-lit places on campus, so I'm here outside, actually on the top of the classroom buildings. It's pretty sweet layout. I'll show you in a future video, but I'm gonna work on making these videos a little shorter, less for me to edit, less for you to watch. I really don't have anything good to say anyways. So the day before classes started, the international department took us out on a day trip to Zhuhai and kind of just showed us a few of the interesting places in town. And it kicked off at a Buddhist temple. And this is something completely new. It was so cool. While we were there, I don't know if they were doing a teaching or just worshiping, but there was this constant chant that they were doing, where they would trade off the microphone, and it was very cool. I captured some audio of it. You're not allowed to take videos or photos of any of the monks or any of the statues there, but I'm gonna play that music underneath here, and it was just such a relaxing experience. It was very cool. After that, they dropped us off at a new opera house. It literally looks like it's dropped out of the space. It looks like a UFO. It's super cool. It was just built this last year. We'll hope to get to a show there before I leave. That would be a super cool experience. But while we were there, something funny happened. I was standing there just with some buddies, and all of a sudden I see a older Chinese man take his cell phone out and start to take a picture of me. I'm like, oh, that's funny. So I turned around to tell my buddies, I was like, hey, look at this guy, he's taking a picture of me. But I turn around, and then I see a guy behind me taking a photo of me with his flash on, not even trying to disguise it, just blatant. And so it is what it is. I think it's kind of funny. For me, if they can take pictures of me, I can take pictures of their stuff. It's just the give and take, so I'm okay with that. But afterwards, made it to a underground market. It's literally like the same store, just 10 times. There's nothing different everywhere you go. It's the same thing. But stopped and got some food, and actually I was able to order off the menu today because in Chinese class back home, they taught us one dish only. But I saw it on the menu, and I was like, yes, that is what we're going for. So that was a cool thing for me to be able to do. I'm gonna need to learn some new dishes, but it worked out really well. After that, we made it to China Mobile, got my phone working, got a new SIM card. So now I'm able to get some data. It's way cheaper than back home. I think I'm paying right around $3 for a gigabyte of data. So I'm hoping I don't go over, because then the overage charges are expensive, but we'll see how that turns out. Surprisingly enough, in China there is Walmarts. So they dropped us off at a Walmart, just told us, get whatever you need, get your stuff. And then finally we went out to our big meal for the day, and it was super crazy. The directors ordered us 12, 13 different dishes, and then they put them out on the table that spins. So whenever you want something different, you can spin the table to yourself, serve it on your plate and eat it. And that was really fun. Something about China is just the eating is such a different experience in that you really get to connect. It's really a big social event. And so I'm really liking that. Unfortunately, sometimes it takes too long. We went out one school night, and the place was about 12 kilometers away, and it took us 4 hours to get from the time we left the bus station to the time we got back to campus. So hopefully that's not like the norm. It's definitely not. So then classes started Wednesday, and they were super short, like I said. Made it out, played some soccer with a couple of the buddies. One of them is from Minnesota, the other one is from the UK. His name is Vinay. It's impossible to say without sounding like a snobby Englishman. But if anything, I'm gonna pick up on some awesome British English and be able to bring that back. Even if I don't learn any Chinese, that'll be 100% worth it. I had to get a VPN set up. In China, if you don't know, nearly every one of our social media, Google, everything is blocked. So you can get a VPN that kind of uses a different IP address in a different country. So They're not illegal, they don't like them, but it's really tough to function without Google. So I had to get that set up. It cost about $23 for 3 months. So that's not such a big investment, just to save some time. So just reflecting on the last couple days, I think that every meal I go out and eat is better and better and better. We shared a hot pot, another hot pot with about 6 of the kids in our group. And what a hot pot is it's just like boiling oils and soup, and then they serve you cold ingredients. You put it in the hot pot, you let it cook, and then you pull it out and eat it. It's a really cool thing. It's messy. They gave us aprons because it just spills everywhere, but it's a really fun thing to do. If you come to China, you definitely need to try to get a hot pot. But it's been great. I'm loving it. The weather has kind of gotten a little cold, but I can deal with it. I'm from South Dakota. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. You could have been doing anything today. You chose to spend a few minutes with me, and I think that's pretty awesome. So I hope to see you guys back here again for chapter 3. Take care.